My name is Jorge Rojas and I'm the Director of Education and Engagement at the Utah Museum of Fine Arts. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Glendale Library branch for tonight's ACME session.
So the evening is really about this idea of art as a free space where we can imagine anything is possible because we don't have the constraints of this built world around us, and that once we can imagine something, we can create it. So it's really about Joseph Beuys's idea of social sculpture, that every person is an artist who can mold or shape their world and create, like that's the medium, right? The world's the medium, and that we all sort of have this obligation in a way to participate, or at least an invitation to participate. So the evening's just about creating art, like works of art that are very imaginative. So magic wands and imagining what each person contributes to their community, and printmaking and these automata. But then at the end we'll have a community discussion about what this community in particular would like in terms of, if they'd like anything, in terms of out-of-school arts education, so that we at the university can take that information and use it to design our programs, because we always start with what a community's assets are and what their desires are. And we never attempt to say what anyone needs, right? And we want to really work in partnership with communities. So we bring our assets of our students who are learning to be educators, art educators, and they have their incredible assets of the young people who are here. The kids tonight are so incredibly creative and filled with joy. I'd like to be around them every day making art. The Magic Wand workshop is really about sort of this very long history of the use of, we can call it art, we can call it object, but throughout history, so across cultures and throughout history, people have always made objects to transport themselves, and we see it in religion for liturgical purposes, but this idea of an object for transformative or imaginative purposes. And often those objects are made outside of the high art world. So this was just a pretty fun activity with found wood and found shells and different objects from the natural world, and some not. And kids have flocked to the activity, and I was worried initially that they'd be hitting each other with them, and they're really using the wands like wands, and I'm seeing them gently tinkling the bells and waving them at each other, and they're just very joyous, and they won't leave. Like, they've been there for hours making their objects, and they were making some for their friends and siblings and parents. So it's just, and they can be used educationally in other ways to develop writing and just coming up with things. So I hope they're held in high esteem and used at home.
My name is Celine Downen. I just finished my MFA at the University of Utah in community-based art education. My project that I'm leading this evening is called Piece by Piece. It uses natural pieces of wood and slices of wood with little holes. It was inspired by reading The Giving Tree, and sort of this idea of kind of giving back. In community-based art education, you learn a lot about how community comes together by everybody having a gift to give. And so people are asked to think about these gifts that we have and that we give and what helps us build our community, and they go ahead and then make their drawings or write words or whatever comes to their mind on these little pieces of wood, which are then suspended from these interesting branches that have been found around the community, and we will have them hanging up out in the library. So it's a beautiful collaborative piece that all the participants can see when they come to the library and kind of point out that they had something to do with it. So it just shows what beauty can be created by a community coming together.
Hi, my name's Sandy Brunvand, and I'm from the University of Utah, and I'm leading the printmaking session on frottage printmaking, and we're going to work with different textures, different animals, flora, and create our own little community within a print, with each print. So it could be each of the young students' idea of what would be their favorite animal, what kind of society could they create, what kind of space could they create for their little community that's going to be on the page.
Heather Paulsen, and I'll be leading the Automata workshop. And what we'll be doing is really thinking about movement and gears and ratio. And while we're creating our movable magical boxes and using simple machines, we're also going to be doing a really important practice of testing and refining and observing, and really carefully connecting with our own experience and what we see to refine and improve on our practice as we create the boxes so that they will eventually either achieve what you set out to do or somehow magically do something better than you could have ever planned. And one of the reasons we're doing this workshop is tonight we really want to think about the importance of all different voices and a multitude of right answers in our community, and the importance of a multitude of different ideas. And in Automata, you may all have the same end goal, but every participant is going to be creating or doing something in a different way, and they're going to come up with a different end product. And every one of those things is right and good and wonderful and exciting, and hopefully that will translate into our conversations tonight really about the importance of art in our community and how that can help us imagine a community the way we'd like it to be.